Hi. So in this video, I'm asking a very basic question. This is just a very brief, simple little video. I'm wondering what you have in your car. More specifically, what do you have in your car for playing music? Now, for most of my life, I've been driving cars for over 35 years now. And back in the day, I would usually play music in my car, pre-recorded music, on cassette. And I used to love making mixtapes that I would specifically play in my car. Now, eventually, as time went on, I owned a few other cars in my life, and I eventually owned a number of cars that had CD players, which was nice. You know, the sound quality was always good. And I owned many cars for many years that played CD players. Now, just recently, I started to own a Nissan Kicks, and it's a great car. I have no complaints. It runs very well. I recently just went on a very lengthy road trip in my Nissan Kicks, and it was very, very smooth on the road. What's unique about the Nissan Kicks is it's the first car I've ever owned that has neither a cassette player or a CD player. It has none of that. Of course, it has AM/FM radio, but if you want to play pre-recorded music, you basically have three options. Option number one is Bluetooth. So for example, if you have songs on your cell phone and you want to play them through Bluetooth on the car stereo system, that's one option. The second option is that there is an auxiliary jack, and basically you can plug pretty much anything into that auxiliary jack. You could plug in an MP3 player. If you wanted to be old school, you could plug in a CD Walkman. You could even plug in a cassette Walkman if you were so inclined. You can pretty much plug in any stereo source in that auxiliary jack. The final option is a USB stick. There is a USB port, so I can have hundreds, if not thousands, of songs on a USB stick, and I can plug that into the USB port and listen to songs that way. And to be honest, I found that a bit odd at first, but I've gotten quite used to it. And I actually quite like playing music on USB sticks. Really, it's so convenient. And again, depending on the size of the USB stick, you could have thousands of songs on there. And if you went on a major road trip, you would have more than enough songs to play for the entire trip. And I have to say that as much as I love CDs, one thing that I don't miss is that back in the day when I would play music on CDs in my car, if we went on a big trip, you would always have to bring this big clunky bag of CDs. And often they would get beat around and the jewel cases would get cracked and the wrong CD would get put in the wrong case. It was just a lot of hassle. And to be frank, I don't miss that at all. It was just really a headache to always remember to bring this big clunky bag of CDs. So I really don't miss that at all. On one USB stick, I can fit literally hundreds and hundreds of CDs. So I don't worry about that anymore. So that's basically how I listen to music in my car. My question for you: how do you listen to music in your car? Do you have a preferred method? Do you own a newer car like me, where you have Bluetooth or an auxiliary port? Or do you still drive an old classic car that still has an 8-track player in it or a cassette player? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, and please, as always, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you join our family. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.